San Francisco and Pittsburgh.
See, that's what we got to go to next because
it was just like, what was it? It was I'm trying to think. Wait, where were they? Were they in San Francisco? Oh, they're at Pittsburgh. Okay. So, what the fuck?
Dude, let me start with this one just because.
Right, go crazy, man.
Because
I
you're
always
going to
saw
cheese
part
at
of
this
it.
one.
Yeah.
Well, I remember. Hold on. Actually, I don't remember. We can literally pull it up right now, but I'm not petty. But I think a lot of people had some very mean things to me. Things I can't say on this show. They had a lot of mean things to say to me, those Steelers fans. Because I said,
I picked
believe
Steelers.
Believe it or not, guys, like the
I'll pull
Steelers
up
are not some elite team yet.
I'll pull
Everyone
up the
has
Instagram.
this.
Keep
There
going.
is this weird narrative that formed around the Steelers this offseason. You know, and I just don't. I usually don't fall for the false narratives. I do every once in a while. I will not lie. I'm not perfect. But I didn't fall for the whole Steelers are in a randomly elite out of nowhere narrative. I thought the Steelers are going to be what they are. A team that still has a lot of good fundamental pieces, good trenches. We don't know how we feel about Kenny Pickett. The receiving core, we don't know how we feel about. Certain pieces of the defense, you definitely don't know how you feel about. And the product showed up exactly as we expected in terms of, against a really good team, they're probably not going to win most of those games. And I have nothing to take back from the take other than this is basically exactly what I expected because the San Francisco 49ers are still a really good team. And it's not that the Steelers suck. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. It's just this narrative around the Steelers that was formed, I just didn't understand. And I think I'm here to reinforce that I don't really think it was true.
Yeah.
But I'm not dunking on anybody. So let's get objective here. Let's get back to reality. The Steelers passed the ball way too fucking much, right? You made Kenny Pickett throw the ball 46 times.
Well, also,
you ran the ball 10.
Why the fuck is Broderick Jones sitting on the bench?
Yeah, that's dude. There's so many variables. Again, the way Mike Tomlin is as a coach, just clearly he probably had a few not even disciplinary things, but too many false starts, too whatever. And he's like, dude, fuck off. Like you got to sit until you learn type shit. You know, everybody approaches these situations differently. I feel like Mike Tomlin's very rigid on the side.
Yeah, they ran
the
the ball 10 times.
It's like that, dude. They sold Kenny Pickett out. It's a terrible game plan. It's not going to work. I don't care about this whole today's NFL thing because yes, passing the ball is really, you have to pass the ball a lot. You notice you are all the best passing offenses. They counter it with a really good run plan where you don't know if it's a run or a pass. That usually is how it works so well. They didn't do that and the Steelers haven't done that. The Steelers completely lack that component of the offense. You don't ever worry, is this a RPO? They don't make you think like that. The offense is very vanilla. The game plans are vanilla. Steelers fans thought that was going to change. Again, it hasn't.
A-Rob was your leading receiver.
Right. The George Pickens breakout, I'm like, I want it to happen, but if this is what the offense is going to look like every week, it's like, kind of like nobody's going to have an opportunity to break it on the offense. TJ Watt, though, all world, we knew this. The one bright spot on the Steelers. I'm sure everybody's been saying. And then let's move over to the Niners. Give them some credit, right? You got a guy. Like Brock Purdy, you got a guy, right? Like, you don't need Mahomes to win in this league. It helps. You love to have a guy. You love to have a top 5 guy. You love to have a top 7 guy. You got a guy like Brock Purdy and a roster like the Niners. There's no doubt they could win the Super Bowl this year. Everyone knows that at this point. It's not like I'm saying anything surprising, but you got a guy. And it's like, what was the question? Do you got a guy? No, yet. The Niners got a guy. And McCaffrey, all world, And I think I've been saying for years now, too, is Ayuk is going to be a better receiver than Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel will hit his peak quickly. He's going to start resigning from that. Okay, right. And that's exactly what's happening. Not that Deebo Samuel's a bad receiver or anything now. No, Deebo Samuel still is very talented. You get a good weapon, versatile guy. But Ayuk's the better receiver. Ayuk's the guy that's going to be getting double teamed in the red zone. Ayuk's the guy that is going to beat out the X corner. I mean, that's just kind of the reality of what's happened with the Niners now. What you're saying, though, too, the new O-line pieces honestly didn't play very good at all. Like, the O-line replacements, really not that good. The Steelers' defense just got shelled out.
Yeah, TJ Watt. He played well against Colton McKivitz, but I don't know. I don't know what happened, man.
Plus, the thing is, the Steelers, no time of possession taken off the clock. You just keep giving the Niners time. Yeah. With this offense, it's going to wear you out. It's exactly what happened.
TJ Watt was the top-graded edge.
Oh, I have no doubt. And again, we knew it was kind of like TJ Watt's going to be elite no matter what, but is he going to be able to come back and still produce the same? Oh, well, clearly he's one of those guys who just kind of is like, yeah, an injury was just more time off than it was a setback. Like,
look who's the number 13th rated edge.
We were talking about this when he signed last off season that it's all about situations. Like,
yeah,
it is like it's situational league.
Yeah, the 49ers had 3 edges graded in the top 16, which is crazy.
And Drake Jackson also too is an absolute beast. But that's also, side note, we're starting to see this more and more. The Eagles, and my point is some of the best units of D linemen in the league. And the Saints too. Saints are also fitting into this category. It's a very rotational system. Like, whereas guys are getting on the field fresh, I think we're getting past the days of having, and let me be clear, if you got a guy like Myles Garrett, it's different. You keep him in all game. I'm not saying that shit's dead. Of course, that's still alive. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
But in terms of if you don't have a guy like that, and you have a bunch of very good guys, a bunch of good, talented guys, a group of guys that have different good skill sets, you mix them in because they're all fresh then. It's like, this is kind of the new wave of pass rushing almost. A good elite group of guys that take up a very big chunk of roster space, but it's worth it because you need it. You need depth at pass rusher.